Hello, you lovely people. This is me, the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Rajshri Food. Today's recipe is a potato special, Aloo Do Pyaza. Let's begin. Several stories attached to how Aloo Do Pyaza was created. Someone says Mullah Do Pyaza is somebody who created it for the royalty. Somebody says Do Pyaza means two types of onions, two varieties of onions. Well, whatever the story, whatever the legend has, it's a fantastic recipe to say the least. The idea is, yes, onion is used twice in the recipe. One to make the gravy and right towards the end as garnish. First things first, let's start frying the potatoes. Oil in a wok. Now you could use potatoes of your choice. You can use baby potatoes, you can use large potatoes, you can use potatoes which are medium in size, the ones that we use for dum alus and things like that. I prefer using large potatoes so that I can peel them, wash them of course, and then cut them into thick wedges. Once you have these thick wedges, they're just perfect to fry. So they're nice and crisp on the outside and plump and soft within. Once the potatoes are beautifully fried, time to remove them and keep them aside. I do not wish to drain the oil off because that also is going to add a wonderful layer of flavor. I'll keep a little oil aside, and in the same wok, let's begin the masala. Whole red chilies and along with this, fennel seeds. This immediately makes this recipe stand out because of the use of fennel. Let's add in roughly cut onions. At this stage, we can also add in some salt because that way the onions will start cooking faster. Once the onions begin to saute, time to add in the tomatoes. Tomatoes also in this case need to be roughly cut. Stir this well and allow the tomatoes to just begin cooking. Time to push in the spices, beginning with Garam Masala, followed by Turmeric Powder, Red Chili Powder, and along with this, some kasuri methi. Let's stir fry this on high flame and allow the tomatoes to start getting cooked. You can add in half a cup of water just to ensure that all of this becomes like a little stew so that the cooking is quicker and easier. Do not add in too much water at this stage because the whole idea is to ensure that the masala gets beautifully cooked, because then this needs to cool down, and after which we're going to grind this into a smooth paste. That is your Do Pyaza base gravy. So Ek Pyaza is almost done. Now let's move on to the Do Pyaza or the Dusra Pyaza. Our masala is cooked and ready. At this stage, of course, the flame. Allow this to cool down completely. I'm going to transfer this in a blender jar and run this into a fine paste. Let's do that. With this, our spice paste is blended and ready. Let's move on to the assembly now with a knob of butter. Let's add in onions along with this green capsicum, a touch of salt, and we saute this on high flame. Once the onions and capsicum are sauteed, let's add in the fried potatoes. Also ensure that the remaining oil is also pushed in. Let's stir fry all of this on high flame. Let's add in our Do Pyaza spice paste. Stir all of this in. Allow this to cook on high flame for a minute. With this, our Aloo Do Pyaza is done and ready, and this straight goes in the serving bowl. With this, our recipe for Aloo Do Pyaza is done and ready. Make this for your family, make this for your friends. You may ask me, what do we eat this with? Basic, full carbs. Bye for now.